Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video game review with the best boys, Getselious and Sithscott.
Hello.
And this time around, we'll be reviewing Nine Noir Lives. And Scott, take it away. What is Nine Noir Lives?
Nine Noir Lives is a point and click noir comedy game, of course focused by cats, made by Silvernode Games.
Yep. And we'll be talking more about this game, what we like or dislike about it, and what are things that just find cool. If you're watching this video, be sure to also check out our gameplay videos so you see what the game looks like playing. We play it live. So without the way, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well, get notified against time to go live, and let's kick off this review. So, as always, we're going to start with the first thing of the game. What is the graphics and aesthetics of this game? Let's be honest. The graphics and aesthetics of this game, it kind of looks like a Flash animation, but very cartoony.
Yeah, it looks a little flashy, like almost. It's like HD Newgrounds kind of deal.
Yeah, there's some amazing animation pieces of it, and there's sections where they just show a full animation. It looks pretty good. The color scheme and the noir effects stay in the game, so it all kind of feels like it is like it's like part setting more in cartoon, but part detective story sometimes.
Yeah, and they did notice that they wanted to make sure that it was a noir with a lot of comedy in it, and I think it reflects with the art style quite well with that.
Yeah, I gotta give the graphic aesthetic a solid four. It does. It's better than average, but it does work with it.
Yeah, I'd say a 4 is fitting.
Bam. Yep, that's what it is. So we definitely like it, and now we're gonna go off with the second status of it, the audio and sound effects of the game. Now, honestly, this game, music-wise, it's okay, but the real stretch in the game is the voice acting. The voice acting is really good.
Yeah, the voice acting is phenomenal, and I would dare say it's probably the best part of this game is their voice acting.
Yeah, like Nuddle, no, oh god, Cuddles,
Cuddles.
Cuddles, not Nib. Yeah, there's a character called Nibbles. Almost said Nuddles. Yeah, yeah.
They have a lot of cat
A
names.
lot of cat names.
It's easy
Yeah.
to get confused.
Yeah, Cuddles, God, Cuddles, Nutter Butters. Ah, yeah, Cuddles Nutter Butters is shit. Like he's like you can't tell if he's a doofus or he's just sarcastic. And I love that about him.
That's how he's been able to be this long as a detective, is no one actually can figure out if he's serious about stuff or not.
Yeah. Also, Tabby, your assistant, who's peppy. She's always everywhere. Krokowski, I would say jerk cop. He's fun.
Yeah.
There's Fuzzball, who I think he's a dirty cop just by association. I think he's just dirty. But
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense later on of why you think he may be dirty.
yeah, exactly. But there is a lot of the game. The charm of it is the character voice acting. Though some characters may sound like typical stereotype roles, it's played well. Like Tinkle, the not cat from Mother Russia.
Yeah. He's the champion crusher of all things.
Yes. My Buska speaks to me beyond the grave. She won't speak to you, but me, because you suck. Yeah. But yeah, all the characters and the voice acting game, it's like the most highlight the real. They're all animated. They deliver the lines really well. They even with the heavy disposition parts of Tom just rotting off everything, they all sound really really good.
Yeah, even I think the most enjoyable thing of this, yes, is definitely the voice acting. I would say it's probably a 5 actually.
Yeah,
I'd say it's like the perfection of this game is its voice acting and its sound qualities.
yeah, exactly. Gotta go up there. That's the same way of perfect. It's like it's the best. And now we get to the core of it, the gameplay. Okay, because it's a point-and-click adventure game, you got point and clicking and doing, and this time around you can point at things, you can use which is your action icon, you can look at things, and you can lick things. Now, to activate those items, it seems like they took the idea from the remastered Monkey Island games where you can just rotate your mouse wheel, or click left click and to adjust which action you want to do, and that's about it. You can do that, and also you can combine items in your inventory. So those are the basic controls. All of it kind of works, but sometimes you can get lost in the controls because here's the thing, right? If you're in inventory, you have the use icon up, right? You It doesn't count as you clicking and moving it. It counts as you using it. So you have to have your mouse to move an item over to use it on someone else. That can be a bit confusing sometimes.
Yeah, we definitely got a bit confused with that, especially in the beginning of
Yeah.
trying to figure out if like, oh, this is worth using. Oh, right, we have to use the mouse to actually drag it to use it on the thing we actually want to use it on.
Right, exactly. And another aspect of the gameplay is that could be annoying is, as we discussed earlier, though the voice acting is one of the best parts of it, there are times where the character goes on insanely long diatribes. You're like, holy snap.
It definitely doesn't feel like it's important to the case a lot of the time, too.
Yes. And there are tons and tons of puzzles and elements that take you away from the case, which can
Oh,
be
yeah, big time.
which can be a bit discerning because the case if is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with like pretty much a mob war at this point, which is kind of cool.
Right.
But a lot of the like puzzles that you have to do is almost like not related to the actual war going on of what you're supposed to investigate,
Right.
and that kind of takes you away from the case that you're trying to solve, and it kind of makes you, I don't know, it kind of makes things harder to understand because you're so busy with this one puzzle, and then you have to, oh right, I'm trying to figure this case out.
Right. It takes away from it as well as it puts as a term I like to use cartoon logic, not logic. Cartoon logic is anything where it's just like out of the periscope of like rational thinking sometimes. Like for example, here's the thing. So in order for you to gain a photographer, which no spoilers, you have to find a cake replacement for the police office. Now, you're a cat. Animals are known to have heightened sense of smell and taste, right?
That is true.
You cannot taste nor find what makes this cake up. You have to go find a robot that was thrown away by a conspiracy cat, fix that robot, find a punch card that looks like a food, put it into the robot, and then the robot will tell you what the cake is. And the cake, a little spoiler, is tuna avocado with anchovies. Things that cats eat. You're telling me that the main character, who's a cat, is unable to determine what this food is. That's cartoon logic. Like, bro, what is this? And all of this is to find out that you can use an item on another person to knock them out to go back to the case.
Yeah, it's kind of like a subversion kind of tactic, just because you don't actually find anything that you're supposed to do. You just kind of sidestep it to go back to the case.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels like a bit padding in a way because it's like it's so out there. It's like, what am I doing? As you pointed out earlier, like, what am I doing? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the time that we had, but yeah, I think the gameplay is probably the weakest element of this game, oddly enough,
Yeah, it's like
just because of that.
yeah, there's a lot of like subversion through it, as well as you forget what you have to do. Like I wish the puzzles were more compact and maybe some of it was more focused on towards the case in a way, rather than like sometimes it feels like fetch quests or like, oh yeah, you can't do anything here, go meet this guy, or in some instances, right? Like, okay, we learned that Krakowski, the first cop, is generally a jerk, right? He's not gonna let you in the club unless you get a badge and a permit. We
He's
found
very
that
by the rules.
he's very by the rules, right? You find the badge, you get the permit, that makes sense. But it feels like just to get the permit part of it felt a bit like, why, you know? If you just get the badge and get into it, because majority of the first half of that case, at least the first half of finding out the person, the dead body, the talking to the people of the club, eats up so much time that finding the permit part's like, why? I mean, granted, we learned he's by the book. Well, we could have got that by his whole exposition of whole, the world's gonna go. We're all gonna die if we don't follow the rules. He told us.
Yeah.
Things like that. I feel like there's something that just padding and takes it away or takes it out of it. But there's, like I said, the story's really good. The characters are hilarious. Even the super deposition sometimes can be a bit too much, but the characters still deliver the lines. They're very hilarious. You know, they do what they do. Like Fuzzball. Look, it was a bonk on the head. He's knocked out. It was a murder. Look, just Lucy. He's like, wait, is that wrong? Whoa there, Cuddles. Hear me out. You're thinking of your logic. I'm your self-preservation, okay? Because he's so afraid of the mob. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. No. Absolute no.
All on you, bias.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. La 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 la. He's great. He's just hilarious. Oh, and Tinkle. My grandmother's with Nabushka's with me, not with you. Goodbye. Wait. You can talk to ghosts. Just leaves.
I wish I would have known that earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Great. But yeah, honestly, if I think of gameplay, I have to give it I feel like a solid 3.
Yeah, I'd say 3.
Yeah. And that's about it. But if we have to get the final score of the game, we'll put it all together. We definitely enjoy I would say the voice acting. We think the art's pretty good. It's like, as you described it, high-end Newgrounds.
Yeah.
High-end Flash animation. There's Flash animation cutscenes animated. It's really good looking. The gameplay, the controls work. The gameplay is a bit padded or I would say a bit like out there sometimes when solving stuff, and as well as sometimes can take you away from the thing you want to do.
Yeah, it can be disorienting that way.
Yeah, but overall, if you're a point-and-click enthusiast and you're a point-and-click like gotcha guy, you gotta get them all. This might be up your alley. You might give it a try. Just granted, if you get frustrated at any of the puzzles, that's not our fault. You might have to, you can hit me up.
You probably want a guide.
Yeah, you probably want to. Yeah, or you can hit me up on Twitter because I'll tell you how to beat them. You won't be happy with my responses, but I'll tell you. But overall, I feel like giving this game a solid 3. It's worth a try, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth a try. There are definite points that we got a little frustrated just because it felt like what kind of purpose does this puzzle have for the rest of this game? And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't actually really pan out. Sometimes they just kind of subvert to actually what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Right, exactly. Like, hey.
that's the only big downside too. It's like the rest of this game is pretty solid.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a part where you get subverted by, hey, yeah, you did all this to get, spoiler, you need a photographer to look at the dead body, right? Oh, by the way, there's no photographer. I did all this for what?
Yeah, it's kind of sad that
There's
way.
things like, yeah. But other than that, I think this game is worth a try. If you are a hardcore or you're very into the point-and-click game, you might like this. There are things that this game does well and things it fail at, but I definitely think it's worth a look at for those who are really into the genre and definitely who won't be skirted away by the heavy disposition or somehow the puzzle logic works.
Or if you just like noir comedy, because there's a lot of that.
Oh yeah, noir. Yeah, if you definitely love noir comedy, this game it has a lot of it. Like again, you can't, like I said, the level of sarcasm and like shade dropping is just amazing. It's just whoever was the writers of this game, bravo to you guys, nailed it with that. Yep, and with that out the way, I guess this case is finally closed. Thank you guys for checking out the review. If check out the game. Nine Noir Lives it will be on Steam on September 7th. If it's not all up by the time it's September 7th, that means you might have to wait a bit because as we joke about before, we're quite serious. Steam has unconditional like how they drop their games. Okay, it's just weird.
They just decide to put them live whenever. But also, we also want to put a big shout out to Silver Node for actually giving us a copy of the game to review. We really appreciate that.
Yes, we do. And, yeah, we're looking forward to you guys' next project. If you work on anything else, I'd definitely like to see what you guys can learn. Hopefully this isn't your first game, or it's the first game that we ever tried. So we're looking forward to your next project, because you definitely got a lot of chops. I'm looking forward to what more you can do with this genre. Yep, and with that, Scott has nothing more to say, because he's too busy thinking about declawing machines.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel every day, hit the bell as well, and follow us on our social links before. And with that, we wish you a good one.
See ya.